With our first method, we were able to capture all of the automation and information from the arrange window and drop it into our session window. However, with the second method, we're going to capture all the same information, but we're going to be bouncing it down to audio. Essentially what we're doing is bouncing each channel out as stems. This is handy for a couple reasons. It allows you to have just the audio and not have to worry about any effects. And it also can sometimes help if you're having CPU issues. It's also handy to have a second way to import song information into your live set, because you never know, you may run into something where you're having complications with importing the clips and scene and session information into the session, and it's just easier to import the audio. So what we're going to do here is grab our loop bar here, and what that does is that automatically selects the time of the song for our export. And you'll notice the entire time the song is highlighted. And then we'll come up into our file tree, and we're going to select export audio/video. If you've done any bounces from any of your sessions before, especially stereo bounces, I'm sure you're familiar with the render track by selecting master. Typically that's what you're going to be using when you're bouncing 2-track. However, in this instance, we're going to want to bounce out all of the channels individually, so we'll select individual tracks. And now you'll look and you'll see here my mouse is sitting next to create analysis file, and you want to make sure that that is selected on. What that's going to do is it's going to give all the Ableton time code information and metadata and apply it to each one of the clips, so you don't have to worry about warping or getting it lined up in time when you import it into the new session. All you do is click export, and we get to our save file as. Now this is where organization really comes into play. I have an external hard drive that I keep my stems on. I would recommend doing the same. It's always good to have a redundant copy of everything as well. You'll see here on the backup drive, I've got a folder called Stems for Live. I've got some of my sessions here that you can see. In this case, what I'm going to do, since I've already got a Stems for Live folder created, I'm just going to create a new folder within that folder and call it Breaker's Ball, which is the name of the song that I've got, and hit create. And now I've created that folder, and I'm going to save my Breaker's Ball demo for live stems into that folder, and I'm going to change the title just to Breaker's Ball so it's more concise and will be easier to see when it's on clip information. So the exporting process will take a little bit of time, because essentially you're bouncing each channel individually and all the clip information as well, so it takes a little bit of time. So now we've got our ground covered for this session. We've got both our bounce to new scene, and we've got stems bounced. So this is going to give us all we need to work with to create our new live set for this session. It's important to know that the bounces that I've just done contain all of the audio post effects. So in the case of importing, you won't need to worry about any of the audio effects at all.